ay buong linggo.
Papalapit-lapit, di na makapikit.
Hello stars, this is your Diva Star and welcome back to my fabulous channel. And before anything else, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button, and also make sure to hit the notification bell to make sure to get more updates on my next vlog episodes.
Wow!
Today is indeed a very jolly episode. Obviously, it's something that is very close to my heart. Ako ay isang batang 80s and 90s, and most of you guys can relate to it. So this is very, very close to my heart. And even the new generation can totally relate to this episode because this brand is still very much alive and kicking. So this is of course Jollibee.
Yahoo!
So complete tayo ng food today for lunch. But my episode today would be focused or dedicated to my vintage Jollibee toy collection. The Jollibee brand was introduced in the Philippines on January 1975. That was like 45 years ago, imagine. And Mr. Tony Tan, together with his team, conceptualized their very first mascot, which is a working bee in a red blazer. Ayan na siya. And what he represents is actually the working Filipino people. Diba yung mga bee parang they hops around and at the same time produces sweet output. And just like the very spirit of the Filipino people. So siya ang very first mascot natin, si Jollibee. And eto sila currently. These are the mascots of Jollibee. We have Jollibee, of course. We have Hetty Spaghetti. We have Yum, the burger. We have Popo, the French fries. And we have Twirly, the sundae ice cream. Diba? But for us, yung mga batang 80s or 90s, we all know for a fact that hindi lang sila 5. They're actually more than 5. They're actually 8 or 9 mascots. And I'm gonna show to you the vintage collection of mine, which dated back 1985 or 1986. Wow. Oh my God, that was like 35 years ago. So let me reintroduce to you guys sa aking mga co-batang 80s and 90s and dun sa mga new generation, the original Jolly mascots. And it starts with, of course, the leader of the band. This is Jollibee. Pag ko siya dyan. So imagine guys, this is like 35 years ago. And thankfully I was able to preserve talaga. Natago ko siya. So it's actually a toy and a coin bank. So meron siya ditong butas wherein you can put your coins, and dito yung kanyang pag gusto mong kunin yung coins. So ito siya. So it's Jollibee. It's the first one. He was introduced in the 1980s. Actually, 1980, he's the very first mascot. And then, sumunod sa kanya is Chickee, Chicken Joy. She was introduced in 1983. Okay, so she's one of the original members of the band or the Jolly Mascots. Diba? Though she was discontinued during the 2000, nag-rebranding si Jollibee and na-discontinue si Chickee. I don't know why, but personally, she should be part of the mascots because Chicken Joy is one of their most popular food. Diba? Next kay Chickee, also introduced in 1983, is Lady Moo. Ayang baka na naka-ballerina. Ayan siya, na mayroong mga floral sa kanyang uluhan. That's Lady Moo. Diba? Okay. Lady Moo naman, ang akala ko before, she represents the burger or mga beefsteak. Hindi pala. I made an error. Lady Moo pala kasi cow and she produces milk. So, product niya is milkshake. Ito siya. It's Lady Moo.
Wala nang milkshake kasi.
Dapat nila ibalik. Kasi McDonald's, Binanggit. Si McDonald's, meron na siyang milkshake ulit. Ni-revive nila. So, I think it's high time na i-revive nila ang milkshake. Agree? Yes, and speaking of revival, one of their original mascots actually made a comeback recently. Alam mo na kung sino siya? Si Mr. or the Champ. Diba? Boksingero. So siya yung binalik recently and I'm so happy. And I hope na konti-konti babalik na pati sila Lady Moo and Chickee. But yes, Champ is back and laging sold out sa mga stores. So he's like the bigger version of the burger na may lettuce, may tomato, big patty burgers, cheese, siya yan. So, siya naman was introduced in 1985 and discontinued in the 2000 and made a comeback. So, yan si Champ. And the smaller version is the regular cheeseburger through Mr. Yum. So, ito naman siya. Okay. Naka-classic suit and necktie. Of course, ang kanyang headpiece ay burger. No, parang walang cheese ba yung ulo niya. But it's Mr. Yum. And he was part of the revival group, yung andito. Ito, oh, yan siya. Yan sila. Ito ay yung newest version niya. Hindi na siya Mr. Yum. Yum na lang ang tawag sa kanya. Diba? So, what can you say? Comment below! Oh! The next one is the very cute Mico. Naaalala niyo pa ba siya? Though unfortunately, isa siya dun sa mga na-discontinue. But Mico represents yung drinks, the milkshake, and the breakfast meals of Jollibee. So, isa siya sa na-discontinue but he's really, really cute. Diba? And I hope that he will make a comeback. Parang sa akin siya yung pinakabatang member ng Jollibee.
Para siyang Becky.
Hindi naman, cute lang siya. Mico. Diba? And next is the French fries, which is Popo. Yan. And he's still part of the revival group. Ito siya. Ayan yung itsura niya before. Pero ngayon, parang nagpaka-modern na siya. Parang dancer na siya dito. No? And then, nag-iba yung kanyang headpiece. Ayan na, parang binaliktad yung fries. Ayan na siya. Diba? Ito kasi ganun, no? Baliktad. So, that's...
Nakapamewang bakery na ata sa...
Hindi, sasayaw kasi siya. Diba? So cute. Yan. That's Popo.
Pro-LGBT ata si
Of
Jollibee.
course.
君の虜になってしまえばきっとこの
Yes, the last but definitely not the least is my personal favorite because she's pink and it's one of my favorite Jollibee products, which is the spaghetti. So it's Hetty Spaghetti. O, diba? Ito yung kanyang original face before. So cute, naka-jumper na pink and she's playing the xylophone dito sa band. So very, very cute. Diba? I had a very fond memory of Hetty because when this was released, I remember we're at the SM food court. I wanted my parents to buy me Hetty, but they were insisting to buy Jollibee or Champ kasi daw Hetty is for the girls. So I was so persistent, I was so crying, siguro naawa yung mom ko. So ginawa niya, sige, we'll buy Hetty also. Pero sabi niya, pero dun siya sa aking cabinet. But you know, the rest is history. Alam na natin na kinuha ko rin siya later. Because I love Hetty. And siya. So that's about it, guys. I hope that you enjoy me showing my Jollibee vintage toys collection. And aminin natin, walang batang Filipino ang hindi nakakakilala kay Jollibee. Or walang bata ang hindi request ng Chicken Joy, ng Jolly Spaghetti, di ba? It's
One eternity later.
big part of our childhood life or memories. And kami mga batang 80s and 90s, I would say that we're very much lucky because we have these very cute characters. Ako, I had so much happy memories to each of these mascots until now. And currently, they're now 5 and plus na-revive si Cha, but I hope that they bring the gang back once again. So, para complete siya. Sa nagtatanong bakit wala si Twirly here, because this was released in 1985, so wala pa si Twirly. Si Twirly was the latest addition to the lineup of mascots, but she was also retained to siya. So, just an additional trivia. So, there you go, guys. So, if you have any suggestions on what kind of toys that you would like me to feature, then just please feel free to comment below and I'll be very happy to feature it or feature them for you. So once again, this is your Diva Star and have a great day.
Malapit, cheers. Di na makapikit.
Dahil